What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day. Alright, I started my fuel in Missouri on this trip. But no, let me scratch that. I got fuel in, where'd I get fuel at? Illinois. I got fuel in Illinois, went to Missouri, got the rental thing done, and then I'm headed to Indiana, Elkhart East Yard to get our load. We got us a 37-foot fifth wheel, Diamond or something like that. I believe that's how it's called. Elkhart East Yard. I know I said I was going to be hauling the smaller campers after this trip. I'm going to try to get back on that. But it was kind of aggravating because our fuel rates went up 20 cents, which was great. The fuel actually went down 2 or 3 days ago, a little bit, not a lot, and only certain spots, not all over. And then the rates, I noticed this morning when I was looking at them, and yesterday, whenever I picked this one, the rates dropped 12 cents, just like that. So they only went up just probably a week. Didn't even give nobody time to recuperate from it. That is what it is, though. And I've been going through all that ever since I've been in any kind of trucking. But we're gonna go up here. We are now 253 miles from here. I'm gonna put the fuel in on this one. This load is paying $216. It is 2,071 miles according to what they're paying on. I got all the lights off on the truck except one. Take care of that. Get home. Hopefully run a couple of Californias back and forth and come back and grab us some Florida. We ain't done it in a while. So we're going to try to do something like that or mix it up. See what we can find. Just having to watch the rates right now. And, but that's kind of what we got going on for this trip. And this kind of give y'all an idea. I think, according to the paperwork I picked, I don't know what the trailer is going to actually weigh or whatever. The GVWR on it is 16.8. So I've never hauled one of these campers before. This will be my first time hauling one. I've talked to a couple more people that has hauled them. They said they're great pulling campers. Hopefully we don't run into any wind issues. We are going to be running the south side. I think it's Rancho Cucamonga that we're going to. Yeah. And we're going to a called Giant RV. I've never been there. I know Steve Farmer has run this trip quite a few times, and he likes going there. So whenever I seen it on the board, there was two of them. There was a 35-foot and a 37-foot. And I called him up, asked him what kind of place it was. I'd never been there. He said, no, it's a good place. Just whenever you go to this place, don't go in and aggravate them. Do what you got to do, and just leave them alone. Let them do their thing, or you'll be sitting there all day. Good deal. I have no problem with that. Give me time to edit this video, finish it up, edit it up. So that's fine. But didn't like how the rates just dropped with a snap of a finger. It didn't give nobody time to get any relief at all. And I know I've been getting some comments. Everybody's like, the ETS, whatever. I got one somewhere. I got one of those fuel cards for my I have whenever I had my other trucking business before I got into this one. I don't use it a lot because I get better discounts with my com data, because I have just me on it, and the more on you get more fuel advantages but I do check. I actually deleted the fuel app on that one not too long ago. I need to go back and look, because some of y'all are throwing out some pretty good prices on some fuel at that new station that I seen going up. So I'm gonna get on there and look, and shoot, if that's the way to go, that's what I'll do. But right now, it's like I got fuel. I had to dig up the receipt. In Illinois, on my way up to Missouri to get the rims done, the sign was $5.25. I got it, I think, I'm wanting to say $3.88. That's pretty big discount. So I noticed on some places their discounts are going up, which helps out. And I noticed when I got back from back to back of the north, when I was running them Renos, when I come back to grab the Chattanooga, come back toward the south a little bit, got into that kind of fuel, my truck cleared up, wasn't running rough. So it lets me know that those additives that they're putting in there just ain't no good. Ain't no good for your truck. And I was putting a very expensive mix in. I don't think it's going to hurt nothing, but the truck was running rough and going through it where I was trying to help it out. So I was putting the Lucas mix in, which I usually use, and on top of it I was putting a Hotshot Secret in mix. So I was running 2 mixes in it, but now I'm back down here, and the additives are not that bad, so that's why I'm running the south route. I'm gonna stay away from the north route for this is March the 18th. I'm gonna give it maybe 2 more weeks, and then I think the additives should start coming out from up there. I think it's the end of March is whenever they quit putting them in. Not 100% sure on that. I have to look on the thing, but yeah, them additives, they made my truck run pretty rough. Made it idle and everything, but got it all cleared up. Hopefully, gonna get the low water coolant sensor off when we get home. We got 2 of them ordered, waiting on them. When I get home, I had a lot of stuff to do. I was supposed to get done on this truck. I did not. Between the weather, the rain, and just run out of time. I didn't take that long off, a couple days, and done what I could. So I've got a lot more work to do on the truck. But I guess we'll get down here and see what we can get into. Alrighty, everybody. We over here. I'm looking at it, but we gotta get out, and it's raining. For the guy who hollered at me at the Loves, man, if I was going that way, I'd run with y'all. And I should have come over to your truck and talked to you a little more. Had my hands full with breakfast and coffee, and I can't hear and focus in the mornings anyway when I first get up without having my coffee, and I'm still working on it. So I'm still trying to talk myself into getting out to go hook up because it's still raining, and I'm just having one of them lazy mornings that I can't focus. Have y'all ever had them mornings where you get up, and I've already drank about half of the coffee, you just can't focus? But that's when you gotta be careful. You can't focus good. You want to make sure you check everything really good to make sure that there's no damage, and make sure that you hook up everything right. And there was about 3 campers back, I think. I was looking at my numbers, and I'm like, oh, there I am. And I look down the side, and I'm like, I don't look like a 37 foot, maybe a 35. And I was like, I looked at the paperwork. I was like, I can get my glasses out. I couldn't even focus on the numbers and everything. Couldn't see them, so I had to get my glasses out and look. I'm glad I did, because it wasn't mine. The last four of the VIN on mine is 1648. Well, when I done that one video and I took it to the wrong place, I almost done the same thing, but I'd have looked at the paperwork and the VIN, so I don't make that mistake no more. But put my glasses on, go over and look at it, and the one I was looking at was 1684. So those two numbers, a little swap. But I'm getting ready to get out. I'm gonna go over here and look at this. I got my tennis shoes on today. Wish I made to dig my boots back out. This yard right here used to be nice and smooth. This yard become really bumpy, really bumpy. So I'm gonna get out here and check it out. Shout out to the guy met at the Loves for a brief second. Man, I couldn't catch my head. Just woke up. You know, went in Love's, brushed my teeth, got my coffee. I ain't focused yet, so. But let's see what we can't do on this one. Checked everything out. The door's locked. I'm hoping that's where the keys and paperwork are. I've done looked down the sides. I ain't seen no damage on it, but I did want to show you. That's why you need a battery like this. One with the ends and the cable, because I'm having to use the cables on this one. See, they didn't even put a bolt on that one, as you can see. But I mean, I could have, if you run in a situation you don't have it, I could have took them off from here. But regardless, I just, I didn't want to take out their stuff. So, but we are fisting to get hooked up, and then hopefully they'll unlock it and we can find some keys and paperwork. But I didn't see no damage. Everything's looking good. It's trying to just mist and rain a little bit. So let me get back in here, put my signs on. Alrighty, well, we got her hooked up. We got out. They had my packet at the guard shack, and I always keep my back glass shade up whenever I'm driving. You don't take it down unless I'm hooking to a fifth wheel. And I got it part way back. And I was noticing as I was making turns around, adjusting the brakes and everything on the camper, that I don't know if the nose is a little forward on this or not, but I'm gonna have to be careful. I don't want to get into the truck, so it's one of these that I'm just gonna kind of pimp it around around the curves and everything, in the corners and turns. But okay, let's go with shipping weight. 14,478. I said because the title looks a little different. And I already told you the GVWR is 16,800. So 37 foot. Going to Rancho Cucamonga. If I said it right, I'm pretty sure. Y'all let me know if I didn't. But we're getting ready to get started. So I put the battery in, got my tags, got my signs, and done all that good stuff. So, well, let's see what happens. Hope we have a good trip. What's going on, everybody? Well, last night we made the Joplin, and over at the Petro, and let me straighten y'all up. A lot of bumps out here. And last night got there, and famous C Farmer, he was there, so he come over. We started talking, and another a subscriber with a truck almost identical to mine, except he's got still got the factory rims on, and which I was looking at, and then he had his bumper had fog lights in it. I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool. But me and Steve Farmer was talking, and he got out with a horse and was walking over, and Steve Farmer said something to him, and I looked, and I was like, dang. Usually I try to get out, talk to people, so I wasn't getting out of the truck. That dog was big. I don't know if it was a Great Dane. If you watch this, and I'm thinking it was a Great Dane, if you don't mind, put a comment down below. Let me know if it was or if it was something else. That dog was beautiful. I wish I could have got some video of it, put it out on here for all the dog lovers. But it was him and his wife. They said they watch our videos, me and Steve Farmer. So we do appreciate it. Thank you very much. And for everybody else that does it, thank you. But he had, I think Steve Farmer said, well, dang, if fuel gets too high, just, ride him back. And you could probably put a saddle on him. Heck, he looked big and stout and strong. You probably hook a chain up to his truck and pull it down the road with a camper. Might be what we all get to sooner or later. But went in this morning, get a shower, get my hair did. Yeah, I'm not wearing a hat right now. I'm trying to get some sun on my head, and that way I don't have to walk around look like a Q-tip or something. Get a little sun on there and get it looking like a dirty Q-tip. But anyway, left this morning. I'm in Oklahoma now, kind of fighting some wind. I'm only running between 60 and 65. I fought wind yesterday, fought wind today, affecting the fuel mileage, slowing me down. According to the logbook yesterday, I think because of the wind, I probably lost 2.5 hours. But I made it to where I needed to go. Got up this morning, fresh, beautiful day out here. Sun's out. It's today is March the 20th, and but our goal is to make it into New Mexico somewhere, and but want to go over some things. Now I make these videos and I work with Indiana Transport. I'm not saying come to work with Indiana Transport. I never put none of that in none of my videos, or even told anybody that. If you're wanting to get into this, you need to call more than one company, because rates, your location, some other company may have a different yard closer to you, where whenever you don't have to drive all the way back to Indiana to get a load, that you may be able to get one out of somewhere else coming back this way. So to check some of the companies around, that would help you out. Don't just say, boom, I'm gonna go work with one company. You need to call and you need to do your homework, because this is your livelihood at stake. Check the companies. When I started, Indiana Transport was one of the highest paying ones out here. Now I think they're probably one of the lowest, which is aggravating. But I do like the fuel discount, and it's still working for me. So it's still working for me. I'm still good with it right now. I've had comments, so I'm the one working for peanuts. I'm still paying the bills. I'm still doing all right. But I do know how it goes, because I was in trucking for a long time, and I had to work for peanuts then, and then when it got better. But think about this: wherever you're at, if you're happy and you're making a living right now when times are hard, when the fuel rates are through the roof and the rates on the loads are down, then you're going to be really happy when and if this ever goes back to normal. And it's going to. It's going to turn around. It might take 2 more years, but it's going to turn around. You got to stick it in if you can. If it's still working for you, don't put yourself in a bind. Right now, I get a lot of questions on right now is a good time to get started in RV transport? I can't answer that kind of question because I don't know what kind of money that you need every week. I know what I need every week, and I got a lot of bills. So I have to send my wife home just like a regular paycheck. I have to pay her every Friday so much money, and I'm doing that. So I'm still good. I'm still enjoying the freedom out here. And when it gets to the point where I can't do that no more, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know exactly, and I'm gonna be truth about it. Ain't no sense of hiding that, because whenever I started in RV transport, I've got one kid at home. The rest of them left the house. I got a wife that my sandwich maker had a job until COVID hit, and then she was working at the school system. I just told her because she's, I guess, underlying conditions. She's had kidneys removed. She's had a bunch of surgeries. She's only got one kidney and a bunch of other stuff like that. So I'd just rather have her at home. So my wife does not work. Well, let me rephrase that and get myself in trouble. Foot in mouth. She doesn't have to go to a job to work. She works around the house. She takes care of the stuff that I don't have to. She gets out, she mows the yard, she weed eats. Sometimes she'll watch too much TV and get an idea she wants to tear a room apart and come home and everything's a mess. But hey, it is what it is. So I can't answer the questions of will this fit your lifestyle. If you sit down there and told me how much you needed every week and this and that and what everything is, I could give you my honest opinion about it, but that's about all I could do. I don't want to say everybody, yes, you need to go do this, whenever you might have a wife, 2 kids at home, 6 kids at home, running around, and this is your only means of supporting them. I don't want to put nobody in like that, but I will give you my honest opinion, because it is a big risk. It was a big risk for me to come to this, but I'm glad I did. It's as simple as that. Times are hard right now, but I've seen them hard like this before. That's why I'm aggravated over it, but I'm not sweating it. I've been in trucking, like I said, for a long, long time. This happens all the time. It does. You've got to, you got to go with the flow, and it's never going to change. It's always going to be ups and downs in transportation. I don't care what you're doing. If you're 18-wheeler dump truck, if you're a Hotshot, if you're RV, whatever it is, anything got to do, or the government can say fuel go up, go down, or whatever. It's always that and the rates. So, and there's always companies out there trying to cut other companies, which it hurts it all. It really does. I've seen that in trucking so much. Get set up on a haul, and you got this, and you're making good money, and then another company comes in and cuts the rate just so they can get in there, and then it jacks it all up. That's transportation. That is, you will get that everywhere you go. But so I want to give a shout out to that subscriber. I want to get that information out there for the ones that are thinking about it, the ones that are fixing to get into it, and the ones right now in orientation. Don't just get on YouTube, start looking at everybody's channels and say, I want to go here, I want to go here. Don't do that. I don't care if you're watching the biggest famous people here on YouTube down to the little channel like me. I don't care what channel you're watching or which one that you're getting your information from. There is a lot of us out here that are putting real information out and going to tell you the truth, but it doesn't mean it meets your needs. You need to call these companies up, check on the rates, check on the fuel discounts, because if one company they're paying 20-30 cents more a load, you're like, golly, I need to go over there and I'll make more money. Okay, well, if you only get a 12-cent discount on fuel, and another company is paying less and getting 80 to $1.25 off on fuel, you got to put that in point. You got to know, ask questions. I don't want nobody to get out here and hurt themselves at all, so, or upset their family in any way. I wouldn't want it to happen to me, and I don't want it to happen to none of y'all. So that's why I'm telling you this. Just check for yourself to make sure what you need, what you'd like to have, and all that stuff. And there's a lot of YouTubers out here that's doing this. It's got channels up that'll answer your questions. There's some that won't. There's some that will. There's some good ones out there. But I guess, one thing that aggravated me with the company that I'm at is right now, and it happens, like I said, I'm used to it, so it doesn't stress me out. But I went home last week, and on my way home, our rates went up. So I'm like, great. I stay home 2 or 3 days. I had to do some work on my truck. Y'all have already seen the videos. Them should have done been out by now. I had to do some work on the truck, and boom, I was back out here. And the fuel dropped a very little, a smidge. And I thought, okay, this is time to get out there to start recouping, Instantly, the race dropped. Then, it was like the next day the fuel went back up. I was like, are you really? So, when I was at home working on my truck, was the time to pick the load. But, then when I come out here, pick the load, the race already dropped and fuel done went back up. It is what it is, though. But that is trucking. And well, like I said earlier, it's pretty weather out. Sun's coming out, temperature's warming up. And if it's not warming up where you live, I hope it gets there soon. But I'm thinking, I'm kind of like a bear. Wintertime, I eat a lot, hibernate, too cold, I don't want to get out. Summertime, well, swimsuit body time. I gotta get rid of this big old gut I got. So I thought about trying to do, I've been eating like a turkey sandwich and then salads and stuff like that, and trying to cut back on the food intake stuff. And I thought about doing a video. If y'all would like to see a video, put it down in the comment below. I thought about going and getting one of them gym memberships at like Planet Fitness. I know you can get it for like $10 a month if you stay in your area, but for traveling like this, I think for $20 or maybe $24. I don't know. I have to check on that and get back with you. And I thought about putting in video, making a video and posting up. Just wait till I get several locations to start posting up. If anybody else is interested in that, like I said, bathing suit weather. Where you can get an RV in. Some of the parking lots are big, easy to get to, hard to get to, and stuff like that. If anybody would be interested in that, drop comment down and let me know, and then we'll see if I'm gonna go that route. And then if I do, I'll start putting them in videos. And then that way, if you're coming in that area, say in Joplin, Missouri, you want to you get there and you got plenty of time, you want to go to the gym, and that give you, you could know if that's going to be a good place to go with the RV, or if you need to wait and go there when you're empty, how the parking lot is. I may even do some footage of how the parking lot and everything is to give everybody heads up on everything. So kind of what I was thinking about. Y'all let me know if you're interested in that or not. But anyway, enough rambling. I'm gonna get on down here and get me some fuel and see if everything goes good on this trip so far. All right, everybody, I made it over here to Sarah, Oklahoma, and I am parked for a while. The wind is up. I looked on the windy app and it's like 42. The wind's crazy. So I pulled over at the Flying J, and it looked like an RV parking lot. All kind of companies and everything out here. But the dog I was talking about from the subscriber that last night, they're parked here. So I was wanting to put a little bit of video of the dog on here for y'all dog lovers. So, but remember, the wind is bad. I'm gonna try to keep the mic out of the wind. Here is this horse I was talking about. The gentleman. What kind of dog did you say this was?
She's a Cane Corso, Italian Mastiff.
I'm gonna hand you the mic and let you talk in that mic.
She's a Cane Corso. She's what they call an Italian Mastiff. She sits about 120 pounds right now. She's a little over 3 years old. And she's the biggest baby you'll ever meet. So if y'all ever see her, come up and say hi.
Alrighty, we got moving this morning. We got about 5:30. I strolled around, answered a few comments, and went and got my coffee. I don't ever get up and just take off. I had to drink my coffee. But come over here, I am at the New Mexico port. So on this trip right here, I'm going to put the port and the tows in. Now, on Interstate 44, when I come through, if you're pulling a trailer, you got 2 tow booths right there. I paid $12.25 on each one, but I get that money back. Now, whenever you're going on Interstate 44 through Oklahoma, through the tow route, you have to have cash. So don't pull up there and hand them a debit card or a credit card or anything like that. They want cash. If not, you have to pull over to the side, go in, and go through a lot of hassle. And then what I'll do is I'll take those 2 receipts, and whenever I send in my paperwork, I send in those 2 receipts as well as I'm going to do with this permit I'm fixing to go in here to get. So what I'm going to take in is my black binder, where it's got all of my information in it, on the truck, trailers, tags, you know, all that good stuff, and then one of my paperwork. So I'm going to go in here, and then when I come back out, I'll tell you how much it was. Alrighty, just got back in the truck, and they said that my card wouldn't work at first, and they said, well, we got storms on the way. I was like, what kind of storms? Oh, we got some snowstorms, 75% chance of snow. I'm like, oh man, no. I'm hoping I don't run into that crap. They said I'm going to, but it is what it is. But all right, Interstate 40 is the route I'm taking. Just come into the port of New Mexico. Now, just like, you know, I said, as you're coming to the tow booth, you gotta have cash for them in Oklahoma right there. Those 2 tows, $12.25 with 2 axles on your trailer. So if you have 3 axles, it's more. 1 axle, it's less. I can't remember what them are. But coming here into the port, they don't take cash. Not on Interstate 40. They do on 80, but not on Interstate 40. And it was $29.20. Now, all I will do is, whenever I get ready to send in my paperwork, I will take a transfer, you know, picture of all of it and transfer it in, and I'll get my money back in that. Now, this is everything I'm telling you is with Indiana Transport. Now, I know the tolls are going to be the same and stuff like that, but on some of, like, if you happen to run on Interstate 80 going in and you go into, like, Nevada, we don't have to pull over there and get tows. So, I mean, tows, what am I thinking? To get a permit, we have to call ahead. And I don't know if all companies do that or just for Indiana. I don't really know. So check whatever company that you're going to go with on. They should give you a printout on tows, permits and stuff like that. So I figured I'm gonna try to put all the permits in there, so when we get to Arizona, I'll go in, do the same thing, and I'll put it in this video, and that way everybody can see about what it's running right now, if you can use cash, if you know, all the good stuff. So that way you're not running somewhere and you don't have no cash, and you gotta have cash and stuff like that. So maybe this will help somebody out. Well, I guess we're fixing to drive on and see what else we can't get into. All right, we're here at the Arizona port. Just got in here. And there was 16 people in line. I was number 16. It took forever. I've never seen that, that backed up before. Now you can get online and get these permits. You don't have to wait the line and all that good stuff, but I always just come in and get my permit. But they also weighed me, and I got the scale ticket right here, so I figure we'd go over that too. Alrighty. Now I had to get an oversize plus the permit. And you have to, the oversize is only good for 30 days, so you have to get a new one every 30 days. So the oversize plus the permit was $46. $46. All right, and the oversize by itself, that's both of them together. But if I already had the oversize is $30. The regular permit is $16. So, if you're doing a back-to-back trip, you don't have to pay the $30. Just pay the $16. Show them this. Keep this right here good for 30 days. So I will put this in my binder and keep it for 30 days and throw it away. Now, wait. All right. What's going on, everybody? All right, I just dropped my camper off. They're going to lunch. Now, coming over at this place, you turn in, you come in front of the building, you stop, drop your camper, take your battery, take everything out, take your paperwork, and they got a basket on the outside. You go put your paperwork in the basket, and you pull outside the fence. Right here's that fence. And park, and they're going to come and get the camper. They're going to give it a bath, go over it with a fine-tooth comb, and they're going to inspect it, and then they'll come out here and get me. Now what I've been told about this place is once you drop your camper and you come out here, leave them alone. If you go in there and harass them, want to know when you're going to get your paperwork, then you might be here all day long. If you leave them alone, do their thing, it's going to take them hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe a little longer. But if you mess with them, make them mad, and they don't allow no drivers on the inside, then you could be here until they close, or they can find a lot of stuff wrong with your camper. So, safe for the safe, drop your camper, follow what they want to do. It is what it is. But it gives me time to finish this video, do my logbook, edit this video, and take a nap. But let's go over a few things. All right. This was a 37-foot fifth wheel. Sorry if the traffic's kind of loud. I'm right here beside it, and it's too hot to have the truck on and the air conditioner on. I didn't want to overheat the truck, letting it rest for a little while before I crank it back up. But there's a Longhorn Steakhouse right down the road. I seen it as I was turning in. I was like, man, That might be lunch. But anyway, this load paid $2.16 a mile. 2,071 miles. And I wanted to do the fuel as pretty close as I could possibly get it. So at the beginning of the video, remember I got fuel in Illinois. I went to Missouri, had my rims put on, went to Indiana, got loaded, and then left out. So I spent $1,154.98 in fuel. I fueled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Now my auxiliary tank's empty, and I got a little over 100 miles left for empty. On the way up here, I was looking at the on the fuel app, and I noticed, now today is March the 22nd, so check your app. It may not be. If you got the com data, and with our discount, usually I get fuel at the Petro in Kingman. It was $4.76, but TA, which usually the highest down the road, with a discount, $1.36 discount, and the fuel there was $4.03. So when I get unloaded, I'm going back toward Kingman, and if that fuel is still $4.33, and $4.03, because everywhere else is starting to go up, that's kind of cheap. But it's bad time when you gotta say $4.03 cheap. But I'm going to fill the truck up, the auxiliary tank up, and my pockets, maybe even the cooler, because you don't know, it might be $6 next time I come back. But hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, share. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe, bell notification. And as always, y'all be careful, y'all be safe out there. See y'all on the next.